Hello, everyone. Welcome back to NightCry. And I mean, that's got to be one of the last times I'll be saying it, right? Because we got to be in the home stretch by now. I mean, last time we got to what seemed like a climax of the game where Vigo revealed his plans, and then we had a confrontation with Scissor Walker, which I failed because I didn't know what I needed to click. Hopefully, we'll do better tonight. We'll see about that. But I hope that NightCry finds you feeling well tonight, or even if you're not feeling well tonight, hopefully NightCry can take all your worries away as we go back to the story of the Oceanus and the ship where everyone's dying because of like a religious ceremony, I guess, is what's happening. Vigo wants to do something. And, you know, we got so much story and exposition, but it's all just so shocking, the events that have unfolded on the Oceanus. And, I mean, we're going to try that again. We're going to try to see if we can survive that death scene. But for right now, we're going to get another death scene that we have not seen yet. Before we get to the one that we're going to with Scissor Walker, we first have to check out this one where we avoid getting crushed by the crate. And then Scissor Walker comes out, and then we're going to run away from Scissor Walker onto the conveyor belt, but then Scissor Walker will activate the conveyor and bring Rooney back to Scissor Walker, and then we'll see what happens there, because we have not seen that one yet. And of course, as I've mentioned before, when it comes to NightCry, we're not actually really done until we have 100%ed it. Because this is a game that truly is worthy of getting 100% in. So that means all of the game overs. We've gotten all of the horrors. We will be getting all the endings. So we do have to get all the death scenes as well. And that includes this one. Well, what else did we expect to happen? I mean, that's kind of what Scissor Walker does. Sometimes Scissor Walker changes it up, like, you know, pulling someone into a vending machine. Sometimes you get things like that, but most of the time, it's just, you know, using a big pair of scissors. Actually, let's go back. Let's take a look at the game overs that we've gotten, because that is another one. How many do we have to go? Yeah, hit on history. We still do have a few. There are a lot of them in this game, but we have now gotten another one, and it is... Which one is it? No, it's not that one. We got that one last time. It's this one. Stabbed on the conveyor belt. And there's like one between this one and the crate. That doesn't make sense. The crate and this one are right next to each other, but there's still one here that we haven't gotten. I don't know. But still, we only have 6 to go. There's one missing here for Rooney. I guess that's probably Rooney's only death scene that we haven't gotten. There's like 1, 2, 3 for Leonard that we haven't gotten. So we're going to have to go back and check that out. And 1, 2 for Monica, it looks like. We're getting there. We are. I mean, as far as the actual story goes, it seems like we're almost near the end. And if you remember how it ended last time, we got like a weird break in the flowchart here. Yeah, because like we were here, and then it skipped us ahead to get to the lone survivor, asking us if we've got the artificial eye. We have not, but I don't know if we could at this point. Or would that happen later on? Because it did jump us ahead to this. So I don't know. We're just going to go to this last point on the flowchart and see what we can find. Because I was looking around. Rooney? Rooney? Rooney's not actually moving. That's strange. We can turn the light on. Here's the phone. And items. I'm clicking all around, and Rooney is not walking. So I guess we're going back to the title screen. That's kind of a strange thing. Why would Rooney not actually be walking around anywhere? I guess let's load that again and see what happens. Yeah, let's just go back to that again, and I'm sure it'll work. I'm sure it'll work fine this time. It is not working fine this time. That's real weird. Why would that happen? I'm clicking everywhere. Rooney is not moving. She is just standing still. She is just refusing to do anything. Like, we can use the phone. This works. There's no one actually to call, unfortunately. But we can use it. I mean, like, this... The interface is working for the phone. We can also select items, like the billiard balls. We can do that. But the actual thing that we're supposed to be doing, which is, clicking in the environment for Rooney to actually walk around and look at stuff, it's not working. Huh. Back to the title screen we go. I guess this is working wonderfully. This is exactly how you want things to go when you are loading up your last saved game, especially when you're recording it on video, and then you're gonna, start playing, and then, no, you're not gonna start playing because of reasons. I guess let's go back to the last one. Can we actually move around if I load up this save? I guess we'll find out. Have I mentioned that NightCry is a very well-made, polished game? I'm sure I must have mentioned that at some point. Pretty sure. She is still not moving around. I'm looking at my mouse right now. Is there something wrong? No, it can't be something wrong with the mouse, because these work. So it is registering my clicks. Maybe I should just close the game and go back into it. I guess we'll try that. We'll just exit the game. And, oh yeah, look who's here. Look who was lurking behind the whole time. I've had this wallpaper up just in case the game has crashed again. It never did, but, I mean, we did have to restart it this time, so it kinda counts. It sorta counts as the game crashing, sorta. Because we had to close it and restart it. Alright. Screen resolution, 1920 by 1080. Graphics quality, beautiful. I mean, I'm sure you agree that you would describe the graphic fidelity of NightCry as beautiful. It's a very gorgeous game. Will surely take home many awards at the end of the year for many video game publications concerning its visuals. Who knows, maybe it could have if this actually was released on mobile, and thus you would have websites that cover mobile games talking about it, but it never did. Never got released on mobile. Maybe it still will at some point, but it doesn't seem like that's happening in 2016. Alright. Let's try this again. I mean, it was working. It was working right at the beginning when I got that death scene. I was able to move Rooney around. So I don't know why it wouldn't be working now. Rooney? Okay, okay. Now it's working. Now the game is working as it's... Oh, yes, alright. Alright, let's take a look around a bit more to see if there was anything that we missed. Like, that's the door. Any icons around here? There's the table. We have seen the table. Faint imprint of blood from the edge towards the center. But I mean, that doesn't really mean anything, does it? No, we click the same thing, it gets the same thing. Any items I should use on that? Probably not. No, can't use that. Is there anything that makes sense that we could use? Not really. It doesn't look like anything here would make sense to use. We could take a look at books. Folders line the shelves. Same thing. Nothing is over here. There is, of course, the meat on the floor. We have seen this. Rooney is disgusted. Doesn't want to look at it. I can't blame her. Same thing. So I know we've been in this room and we've looked around at all the things before. But I just want to make sure. Right? We've seen this, of course. Translate the diary of a man called Vigo. We take another look at it. And yet another. Until it gives us different text. Oh, that's just the meat. Don't want to look at that meat anymore. I know, Rooney. You didn't want to look at it once. Let alone more than once. Actually, I don't think I saw this, but it didn't seem like that was important. Yeah, it's just the same thing again. You have to acquire all kinds of knowledge to gain the title of captain. All sorts of things. I guess we're never going to meet the captain. Captain's probably dead by now, I would assume. Yep, that again. And this? This is the actual diary being translated. We cannot pick the diary up. Did not mean to look at it that time. All right, now I'm just... Oh, hold on. Window. I don't think I saw that window before. What is that? It's a beautiful moon tonight. Let's marvel anyway. Yeah, same thing. Okay, so it is possible for there to be things that I might have missed. I mean that wasn't important, but it was something that I had missed. I can see like handprints on the wall, but it doesn't seem like these handprints are doing anything. Moving my mouse cursor everywhere. All right, I guess that's probably it. It doesn't. I'm not seeing anything, so we're gonna get out of here. All right, looking around the hallway. Is there anything around the hallway? Does not really seem like it. Anyway, we're here. And let's see. Probably should have written down what this solution was. Let me just remind myself. But yeah, here we go. We had 7, 6, and 1. So 1 is A, 6 is B, 7 is C. So 1, 6, 7 it was. And right, that's right. I had to take a look at the... So 1, 6, 7. Right. That's how this went. It opens up. And now we get access to Vigo's chamber. Or rather, his cabin. Though chamber sounds nicer, since that, he's evil and everything, so it sounds like a better term, better phrase. It asked us, did we find Vigo's eye? And we hadn't. But Vigo's eye was in his head when we saw him. So... should I be able to get it at this point? Because you'd think it's still in his head right now. It should not be like it lying around in his chambers. But again, it's always possible that I could have missed it. I'm just looking at this a few times. Just to make sure. Anything else? Anything else around? All right, we know what's in this bookshelf. We know it's a puzzle. We know what the solution to that puzzle is. So we don't need to look at it right now, because we'll look at it when we leave. Oh, there's a safe. I missed this one last time. How careless. It's not even locked. What's the purpose of a safe if you're not going to lock it? Oh, hey, how about that? There is an eyeball. So I guess Vigo has more than one fake eye. I guess it makes sense. Like you're going to have one in your head while you're cleaning the other one. Small writing. The Eye of the Kassites. All right, well, can we read what it says? You know, just some money and my fake eye. But Rooney is not going to stoop to thievery, even if it is Vigo's money. We'll take his fake eye, though. He won't miss it. Well, if I have the eye, I guess it follows that that's probably the item I'm going to use on Scissor Walker. I still don't know why it jumped us ahead in the flowchart. Right? We're just show-shocked. We have to get right up close and take a real close look at it. Alright, maybe I don't need to look around anymore since I did find the fake eye. Should I wash the eye? I don't know if I'd need to. But I might as well try using the eye on this. I cannot use it on that. Alright. Anything else? There's something over here. I think I probably did see this last time. And I guess it's not going to let us look at what the small text on the eyeball is. I guess we wouldn't be able to read it anyway. Alright, so there's this. So we have to put the books in order. I still have my note from last time on what we had to do. It was... What? This? No. Right here. Okay. Then... And lastly, all right, now that we're equipped with this fake eye, let's go have a chat with Vigo and Scissor Walker and, you know, just see what's going on. See what's happening. Just have a nice old time. As we saw last time, there actually was an ending. There was a survivor, and that survivor was Eric. The only one left. The only one who got out alive. Well, I mean, we're going to have to change that. We're going to have to make it so Rooney and Monica are able to get out alive, and they can escape with Eric. All right, we're going in here. Going to press spacebar to skip this cutscene. I don't think there's anything we actually have to find in here, but might as well just make sure that we can't walk anywhere else. It doesn't look like it. All right, let's talk with Vigo. All right.
I'm surprised.
I guess we can't skip this,
Our brotherhood has made it this.
which is kind of a shame because it's a bit of a lengthy cutscene.
That's right.
I guess they just want to really make sure that you watch this cutscene since this is where all the money went.
Rooney. A belated greeting. Welcome to the Oceanus. I hope you enjoy your cruise with us to our eternal paradise.
Someone mentioned something that I had forgotten about, that Leonard had found Jerome in the coffin back on Leonard's desert island adventure, that Jerome was the one who was in the coffin. So I'm not sure what that means.
It's going to take us to eternity.
Is this a second Jerome? Is there an alternate Jerome? How did Jerome get off the ship and back on the ship so quickly? I'm not really sure how that went.
You okay, Rooney?
Monica, what are you doing here?
I told you I would be right behind you.
Jerome?
Forget about him. It doesn't matter how much of a big shot celebrity he is if he's lost his mind.
To think that we once thought he was so dreamy. Alright, so here comes Scissor Walker. I'm going to pick the eye. I'll use it on, I guess, on Rooney, on Scissor Walker, see what happens. See what it is I need to do with this.
You opened!
Assuming that the eyeball is the thing that I need to use. But it seems like it should be, because I just got it. And it seems like it's a pretty important item. Alright, let's do this thing. Gonna pick items. Gonna pick eyeball. Use on Rooney? Oh, hold on, I think that worked. It stopped? So I think it's loading a cutscene. Here we go.
Rooney, you gonna let them kill you? You still haven't let go of your death wish?
You're right. Sorry, Monica. I'm gonna survive. No matter what it takes. No matter the cost.
Rooney?
Revenge is yours! Destroy the man who turned you into a monster!
Wait! Wait! This can't be! No! No! This can't be! Wait! Wait! Oh, no. No. Hey! No, no, no! Wait! Wait! No, wait! Wait! No! 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 Wait! No! Wait!
Wow, that was something. I like how Scissor Walker. Hold on.
103. We found the ship requesting rescue. It's definitely the Oceanus. Over. Roger that. All units in the vicinity are heading your way. Over.
Oh, is that it? We're getting a credits roll. Is this the actual true ending? It just ended like that? Oh, hey, wait, hold on. There's music. I can't talk right now because there's actual music playing. Well, that was a very abrupt ending. Not much to it, was there? Alright, so the whole, like, storyline with Jerome didn't really go anywhere. We just left him laying on the floor. And then Rooney tore her own eye out to put in the fake eye, just, I guess, on a hunch that would allow her to control Scissor Walker, because I don't know if she had a reason to think that that's how it works, but I like how when she was doing that, Scissor Walker just slowed down, like to say, damn, what are you... Oh, that's gross, what are you doing? No, don't do that! Scissor Walker could not believe what was happening, could not believe what was going on. So, okay, Rooney tore out her own eye to put in Vigo's fake eye that would allow her to control Scissor Walker, told her to kill Vigo because Vigo apparently is the one who turned her into a monster. I don't know if that's the case, but Scissor Walker goes and kills him anyway, and then green fire. And then the helicopter appears, and Rooney and Monica are the only survivors. Well, what about Eric? Where did Eric go? I thought Eric survived as well, but he was nowhere to be seen. So I don't know what happened to Eric, which I guess is going to be a big loose end. Yeah, I guess we actually completed the story, is what happened tonight. I mean, I still keep saying that like a question, because it doesn't seem like we did. It seems like that there would have been, I don't know, more to it? Or, doesn't seem like it's really completed. I don't think I'd call that a satisfying ending. I would call that an ending. It had credits, and it had custom music, and the music was nice. You know, I've talked about how there really isn't much music at all in this game, but the music during the credits roll was actually pretty nice. But we do have one blank ending here. And of course, we do have a number of game overs that we still have to see. So we're going to have to see those things. I mean, I guess it's not really over until we have 100%ed NightCry. Let's take a look at the flowchart and see what it has to say. I'm still confused as to why it skipped us ahead a couple of things. Like, what is this right here? Okay, the lone survivors, 2 survivors. I don't get this. What are we skipping here? I'm trying to figure that out, because we gave the wedding ring to Angie, so, like, everything in this chapter, yeah, we did yeses on everything. Get the envelope, Jerome's past, find Monica, take the antibiotics, hear about Monica about a man with an artificial eye? Did we stop the life support system? Did we give the wedding ring to Angie? And then finally, did we get the artificial eye? So everything was yes. So we got, like, the actual final ending to survivors. But we're missing an ending, and, like, we're missing 2 things on the flowchart here, and I don't really understand that. So I think what we're going to have to do is I am just going to have to look up a walkthrough at this point and see how you get that one mystery ending, as well as those other death scenes we haven't seen, because I am determined to 100% NightCry, to complete NightCry, and to never have to play NightCry again, because I've seen everything, because all of its secrets have been uncovered, as underwhelming as they may have been. So I think that I'm just going to have to do that now. So, as we know, if you hide in one place more than once, then the hiding place doesn't work anymore, and Scissor Walker will automatically kill you. And this is one I don't think we've actually have seen on video yet. So there's this one door here that we had to get a key to unlock, and I have that key. But usually when I got here before, I had my flashlight on, my cell phone light on, and so everything was okay. But apparently if you get here and you don't have your light on, apparently that's bad. Let's just see. There's this part with Leonard where we have to send out an SOS at this radio. And apparently if we take too long, if we mess around with it, apparently that means death. The ghosts of this island do not appreciate just messing around with this thing, not knowing what you're doing. Well, that did not result in death, so of course we're just going to keep trying until we get it. That's it, Leonard. 3 times. You had 3 chances. That's all you get. Then death. Alright, so you know how Leonard can get caught by the cult members on his desert island adventure? Well, it turns out that in all of the separate scenarios where you can get caught, these all count as separate game overs. So I think like we've gotten 3 so far, but there are 5 in total. That just seems like it's padding out the number of deaths, because it's just like the same thing. Like, I'm going to assume that we're going to get the same thing if I just walk out in front of this guy right here.
What? No! Stop!
Yeah, it's the same thing. And hey, remember the part where we use the rope to climb down from here? Well, we had to distract the guards with the cell phone before then. We could go out the window without doing that, though. It'll let us do it.
I need to lose some weight. Huh? What? No! Stop!
And you remember this bit where we had to walk through this hallway and all the hands were grabbing at us? I believe that we died the first time because I didn't try using this Hand of Glory. But once we're actually in the hallway, then a QTE starts. And I don't think that we failed that QTE yet. I don't think we've seen what happens then. So, hey, this is the time. This is the time to see it. Let's fail this QTE as hard as we can. So basically the same thing then. It's massage time. So it looks like that there is a hiding place that we have not actually tried. Oh. There we go. Okay, now we can open this door. And that is under Jerome's bed. Nope, that was a bit early, Rooney. Should not have fallen down quite that early. Let's go under there. I never actually tried this because we never actually had a reason to go into Jerome's bedroom. There's nothing there. But there is this hiding place that we can use. This is the first time that we're using it, which means we can actually use it. We did it. But now I'm going to have to find a way to get Scissor Walker back over here so we can do that a second time. There was some nice timing on that sound effect there. And with that, I believe we have hit all of the game overs. I believe that should be 100%. Yes, 100%. 25 out of 25. All game overs have been seen. Let's just go down memory lane with these. Oh, trapped and killed in the dryer. That's probably still the best one, honestly. The first one is the best one. Spear through counter by scissors. Crushed to death by moving service cart is alright as well, even though it doesn't make any sense. Murdered by old lady in elevator is a terrible one. Honestly, it's just she circles around you for a little bit and then you die. Failed to light up a dark room and murdered. That one is just lazy. That's not even trying. Come on now. Killed by the miasma while attempting to send an SOS is just kind of nonsensical. Oh, I failed to get the correct signal 3 times. I will now choke to death. Killed by the shadow reflected in the mirror. Yeah, there was like a ghost in the mirror. Then we broke the mirror so the ghost couldn't hurt us. It still doesn't make sense to me. Discovered and killed by the faithful? Okay, maybe once, but certainly not twice. 3 times? Come on now. 4? That's silly. 5 separate instances of being discovered and killed by the faithful. That does not count as 5 different game overs. That is one. That is a single one. Killed at the bottom of the well by the Scissor Walker? Yeah, that's fine. You don't get the non-slip gloves. You fall down to the bottom of the well, Scissor Walker is there to murder you. Killed by ghostly hands on the road to the Room of Rituals. It's very similar to this one, killed by ghostly hands on the road to the Room of Rituals. This, of course, the most comforting of all the deaths, as Leonard was massaged to death by many ghostly hands. Killed by a dart between the eyes? Cut by scissors while hiding in the bathroom. Take too much time in that bathroom. Do it more than once. Well, she's gonna get you. The theater seats. Oh, attacked and killed by the doll in the kids' room. I think we'll never forget this one. Oh, look, it's a baby doll. Oh no, it's hurting me. But we have to get past it to get a billiard ball. And here's John. He's on the roof of the elevator. If we fail to survive the elevator challenge, he's going to get us. He seemed happy about it, though. We got killed by the falling container. Not much really there. This one we just saw, killed by scissors puncturing the bed from above. Stabbed on the conveyor belt. Stabbed from below the air vent. And the last one was actually drowned in the flooding air vent. That's the last one of the sequence. So 25 deaths, 25 game overs. We now have got them all. What about the horrors? Let's just remind ourselves what these were, even though we got them all a while back. Moving foliage, so like the leaves, they moved, and that's scary. And canned goods fall from a shelf? Oh no! Who's going to pick them back up? A little girl runs alongside the shelves. I am frightened of children myself. Hands reach out from clothes hung on the wall. I mean, okay, so those are ghostly hands. Those would be scary. Hands extend from the walls. More ghostly hands. Who knows what intentions they have for you. A jukebox starts playing. Man, when I hear music and I don't expect it, it just freaks me out. A dryer activates unexpectedly because they're motion controlled, and Rooney just put her face right up to it, so it started, and, you know, that startled her a little bit. And, oh, this was probably the best one. We just look off the side of the ship, and they're just people falling into the ocean for some reason. It's not really the sound of many people screaming. That was the scary part, of course, but it was the actual people falling to their deaths, and there was a freshly severed head in the toilet tank. We won't forget that one. There was also a severed head falling in the clothes stores, which I had completely missed when it happened. And lastly, we heard someone crying from behind the locked door, which I was not able to hear when we actually got that one, because I guess the volume on my headphones was low, so I didn't actually hear anything, but that was people crying. It's frightening. So that's all the game overs, all the horrors. We still have one ending to get. And that is what we are going to do right now. We're going to get the final ending. Well, not the final one. I mean, technically we already have gotten the final one. But we're going to get the one ending that we have not yet gotten. Okay. So apparently, you know how that we read like Vigo's diary in here, like the computer was translating it? Well, that's apparently one of the things you have to do in order to get the final good ending. Like, that's an important thing that you need to do. I don't know why, but it is. There's also another thing. And that's in the room up here, Vigo's room. There was that one drawer that we took the photo of Jerome's family out of. Remember that photo? It's in this one right here. So apparently you have to get that photo, and you also have to read Vigo's diary, and these are two of the essential things that you need in order to get the final ending. But we're not doing either of those things. Rather, we're just skipping them, and we're just heading on over to this, and we're going to solve this puzzle. I'm going to take out my note one more time that I have for this, so we can get into the secret door without doing these things that we were supposed to do, without learning this information that we were supposed to learn. And once we do that, you know, apparently bad things are going to happen. Well, bad for Rooney anyway. Good for us. Oh, I missed one. Yeah, that's right. This should go here, and then I need Fama. Yeah, right here. And then this one at what? Nope. At the end. Nope. Please go in. Nope. There we go. The last time we'll be doing that. All right, so now we didn't get the photo of Jerome's family. We didn't read Vigo's diary. What happens when we don't do that? Well, nothing yet anyway. Let's keep going. Beyond a shadow for a doubt. It's not really how all right. We're going to take this ladder, because Scissor Walker's coming. All right, now we're just going to go into the murder room, I guess, while Jerome holds off Scissor Walker.
Hey, nice of you to join us again, Rooney.
Jerome, where are we?
We're in a hospital in Miami. We were rescued. It's all over now.
It's over? Finally.
We'll be just fine. You've got nothing to worry about, Rooney. Absolutely nothing to worry about.
Was that okay? So, did we escape, or were we in some sort of very nice looking version of hell? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened there. So, because we did not get the photo of Jerome, and because we did not read Vigo's diary, we end up in the trap party. What? The name of that ending is Trap Party, and we stumbled into the trap party where we got caught by the faithful, another variation of that ending. We wake up in a hospital because Jerome says that we were rescued? I don't know. Was that good? I don't know if Jerome was telling the truth there, or... because there wasn't really anything indicating that, no, he wasn't telling the truth. It seemed like we were not on the ship anymore, unless he was just lying. And if he was, then where were we and what were we doing? I don't know. This ending does not say, because NightCry doesn't really get too much into the whole exposition and explaining things. Doesn't really get too much into that. But with that, we now have 100%. 100% game overs, 100% horrors, 100% endings. I said we were going to do it. And at times, I thought maybe we shouldn't. And I know you didn't believe that we were going to do it, because it seems like, what? Go 100% NightCry? Why would anyone want to do that? No one would want to do that. No one would want to spend video after video after video trying to 100% NightCry, but we did it. We made it happen. Because if you believe in yourself, you can make anything happen. Even if that anything is going all the way through NightCry. For some reason, hey, why don't we just finish it off by reliving these memories? Let's watch all of these wonderful endings all over again. Take 2 on these endings. Burn them into your memory. Look at these guys.
What's with those?
It's like being caught by the faithful again. It's another version of that. They really like being caught by the faithful. The devs really like this animation of like the faithful walking, like closing in on someone. And then in this case, Monica getting thrown off the boat. And then Scissor Walker is the water. Scissor Walker is the ocean. There is no escaping Scissor Walker while you're on the ocean, I guess. What about It's All Too Late? This was the one that we saw the most, because this is what you get at the end of Leonard's chapter.
And now, the latest news on the ship that went missing. The Oceanus had been sailing off course for almost a week, but it was discovered today near the Caribbean Isles. The investigation team found no crew members and no passengers aboard. We are told they seem to have vanished. Searches of the ship's interior have not revealed any clues of how this incident occurred. It could be said to be the greatest mystery of the 21st century.
So if you do anything wrong as Leonard during his chapter, you get this ending, and you don't go on to chapter 3. You have to do everything right. To avoid that, and let's move on to getting seduced by the snake. This is if you do not turn Leonard's life support off. If you don't turn it off, then this happens for some reason. I'm sure there's an explanation for why everything happens in NightCry. Some immense lore that you can read that will explain just exactly what's been happening, what's been going on. Including why Leonard turns into a head snake if you don't turn his life support off.
We can be together forever.
So she doesn't seem dead in that ending. I guess she's just going to hang out in this elevator with Leonard. And then after that was The Lone Survivor, in which it turned out that the single person on the ship to actually make it out was Eric, scratching his neck the whole time. I mean, Eric was the most trustworthy character in this entire game. Like, we don't trust him because he seems kind of creepy. He likes to cut up, dresses with scissors, and he scratches his weird, gross neck. But it turned out, hey, Eric was all right the whole time. Even, the forces of evil were trying to warn us against listening to Eric by calling us on our cell phone, pretending to be Jessica. But Eric turned out to be all right. I don't know why he doesn't show up in the last ending. That doesn't make sense. What about Pre-Established Harmony? One of the two twin endings. Like, basically the same ending for both of these. One of them has an additional scene. There's that old woman, and some people were saying maybe she's Scissor Walker. If you actually want to see who Scissor Walker is, because it's not actually shown in this game, there was like a short movie made of NightCry on the official YouTube channel.
I was waiting. You finally made it here, Rooney. Now, we can play together. Forever.
And I guess the resolution with the little ghost girl was Rooney just telling her to go away. Because we didn't see her after that. She didn't actually have anything to do with the story in the end. Now we're going to watch this one. You might say it's pointless to watch the Purgatory ending, since it's exactly the same as what we just saw, except without that little Scissor Walker thing at the end. But, we're watching it anyway, because it's an ending. They call it an ending. 1 of 8. So we're watching it. Even though we just saw it, basically.
I was waiting. You finally made it here, Rooney. Now, we can play together. Forever.
Yep, shouldn't count as a separate ending, but it does. Don't forget about the trap party that we just saw. Let's just watch that again. Is there anything I'm missing here? We wake up in this hospital room, and we're told we're not on the boat anymore by Jerome, whose mouth doesn't actually move. Just standing stock still. No animation, Jerome.
Hey, nice of you to join us again, Rooney.
Jerome, where are we?
There's like the sun
Miami.
in the corner there.
Rescued. It's all over now.
It's over? Finally.
We'll be just fine. You've got nothing to worry about, Rooney. Absolutely nothing to worry about.
And we could hear like birds tweeting His voice gets a little ominous in the end, but I'm still not really sure if that's supposed to indicate that we're still on the boat, maybe? Or what? I don't know. Then you got two survivors. It's the true ending, in which Monica and Rooney are standing on the boat.
This is Rescue 103. We found the ship requesting rescue. It's definitely the Oceanus. Over. Roger that. All units in the vicinity are heading your way. Over.
And Eric's nowhere to be seen. We're just going to skip these credits. And I guess the bit where Scissor Walker kills Vigo, that's not actually considered to be part of the ending. That's just a separate cutscene. So there you go. 8 endings. We did it. Let's take a look at the flowchart. I just want to look at the bottom of it, since I wasn't sure why it was doing what it was doing at the bottom here. No, that's still not filled in. Let's see. Have you read Vigo's diary? Oh, okay. This is probably, did we read Vigo's diary? Yes. Did we look at Jerome's picture? No. And then you would get Trap Party again, is what I'm guessing is going on there. And then if you get yes, you go on here. Did you get the Artificial Eye? No. You get Lone Survivor? Yes, you get 2 survivors. So that's probably what that is. That seems kind of weird that they would do it this way. It seems a little sloppy, but I mean, I think that's probably the tagline of NightCry, isn't it? NightCry. It's a little sloppy. By Nude Maker. Available for the PC video entertainment platform, and in the future, apparently, mobile devices, though who knows when or if that's going to happen. But as I mentioned, there was a little movie that they released of NightCry, which it's a live-action movie. There are actors, in which it basically shows the origin of Scissor Walker. She's like a woman who was sacrificed on that island, I guess, and she becomes Scissor Walker. You can watch it if you want. It's not good, but if you're hankering for more NightCry, just realized what I was about to say as I was saying that sentence. Of course you're not, but if you want to see it anyway, it's there. You can watch it. It's kind of weird because the movie takes place on the Oceanus as NightCry is happening, but there's a kid who is playing NightCry on his tablet. So he's in NightCry, but he's also playing NightCry. And that doesn't make sense, but hey, what in NightCry does. What in NightCry does. I feel like I should be giving some kind of final thoughts on this thing. And is there really anything else to say? It's... I don't know. It clearly did not have enough money to make the game that was envisioned. A game was made, at least, and it was shipped. It got out the door, so at least there was that. But man, this was disappointing when you take a look at that Kickstarter and see how they were talking it about how the director of Clock Tower was going to be making this game, and he got Masahiro Ito to do the character designs. And by character designs, I'm assuming he means one character, that being Scissor Walker. Like, you got Ito to do the one character, probably, because what else in here would be considered like a creature? And the thing about like the music, that's really weird, right? The whole thing about Yamane, they're getting her to do the music, and of course she's like a really revered name when it comes to video game music, doing Castlevania games like Symphony of the Night, and then you get this, and there's like you could count the number of music tracks on one hand. I don't know. It's just such a mess. I mean, I kind of liked it in the sense that a horror adventure game is the kind of thing that I'm into, and I found it funny about how messy it is. But man, this is just a shame. It's just real bad. It's just real bad. It needed more. It just needed more, more animations. It needed more voice acting. It needed more music. It needed more variety in what you would be encountering. It needed, I don't know, just like it needed to be a bit more fun. I mentioned before that I really didn't like how the game just sort of shut down whenever Scissor Walker appeared until you got rid of Scissor Walker. But until you did that, then like everything in the game would just sort of stop responding to you until you found like a safety point that you could use to hide or fight off Scissor Walker with. I don't think that worked well. I really don't think that worked well. I don't think anything in this game worked well. It's a whole big ball of disappointment in every way that you could be disappointed. And I know they have to talk this stuff up on the Kickstarter. I know they have to like really make it sound like it's going to be something special. But oh man, really? This is how it turned out? Well, if they made some kind of money from this, and if they were able to use it to make like a better version of the game for mobile, it would be interesting to see. I don't know if I would play it, but it would be interesting to see how that turned out. But yeah, that's NightCry. That's NightCry 100%. We have experienced everything that NightCry has to offer, and my opinion of this game really has not changed from the first video. This is a hilariously janky mess, and that seems like a shame. At least it hasn't been crashing, though. You remember early on when the game was crashing? At least it hasn't been doing that. Though at the beginning of this video, there was that thing where the game wasn't responding to the mouse, so I had to shut the game off and turn it back on, so it still has its technical problems. But I don't know. It's just like I said, NightCry, it's a shame. Put that on the box, I guess. Box quote. Such a shame. ... That's it for NightCry. That's it for this Bumble. That's it for this blind Bumble through this just terrible horror adventure game called NightCry. I admire what it is that they wanted to do to make an old style point-and-click horror adventure game in the mold of Clock Tower, but make it like a modern game. It's just like nothing about it is good, though. And that's a shame. I would like to see the good version of NightCry. I would like to see the fully realized version that had a full budget. And what could that have been like, you know? What if all of those promises on the Kickstarter came true? But they didn't. And this is what we have. That's it for this video series of bumbling through NightCry. And I'll see you around for something else that hopefully is not as broken and janky as NightCry. But until then, let's just enjoy that beautiful piano music.